In this video, we're going to deviate a little bit from my usual hacking content and instead look at a scammer who tried to hack me. So I got a message from somebody on Twitter who was pretending to work for Logitech, and there were a lot of red flags. I didn't actually pick up on most of them to begin with, but you can see the conversation here. I gave them a price for a 30 to 60 second ad at the start of a video, and they immediately agreed to the price, which they said it's quite adequate. It definitely wasn't. It was higher than they should have accepted. There was no negotiation, so there was a red flag. Also, I mean, looking at their Twitter account, although they said they worked for Logitech, they didn't have very many followers, and most of the tweets were just like retweets of Logitech stuff. So a little bit skeptical. I also checked to see if their name came up on LinkedIn, which it didn't. Another red flag. But anyway, I said, yeah, no problem. Just send over this contract. They said they would discuss with me on Discord or Skype or Zoom because I told them I was going away on holiday, and which is true. And yeah, another red flag. They're trying to, it's quite urgent, right? Saying tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, you need to do this before you leave. Okay, no problem. Well, I told them send it to my email address and I'll get back with any questions. I wanted to make sure that whatever document they sent came from an official Logitech email address and not just some link on Twitter that they send. But they responded and said, do you know what DocuSign is? I said, yep, I know it. I just want to first verify the authenticity. Can you send me the email from an official Logitech email address? And no response. So the next morning I asked, did you send it? And they said, nope, the secretary hasn't sent yet. And then an hour or two later, they come back and say, here's a demo version of the document. We need your opinion, understanding if you're satisfied with it. Here's the contract. And they gave a link to what is clearly not DocuSign and a private access code. So the first thing I thought was, let's go and put this address, lightdocu.com, into VirusTotal and see if it's known as being malicious. It actually isn't. There's 96 antiviruses here, which I checked, and none of them came back with anything to say there are any issues. Although notice that it was checked also 19 hours ago. That wasn't by me. So I'm not sure, was that the malware author or group or whatever trying to make sure it wasn't detected, or was it somebody else they were trying to scam maybe? Not too sure, but it does mention iframes, trackers, multiple redirects, which is a little bit suspicious. Apart from that, if we go and have a look at the domain itself, we come across some other red flags. So the domain is newly registered. Please be careful. It's got a low security rating. It's just been created, not popular, etc. Couldn't be found on any of these social media websites. So that's another red flag. But I thought, let's go and try and actually open the website. Obviously, not on my browser. I'm going to go and do this on App.Any.Run. So this is just an online malware analysis service, which I've used for quite a long time. And I have this deep analysis. We need to do a simple mode, I think, because I only have the free version. And we can put a URL in here, either download or open in browser. So I am going to open in the browser. And let's see what happens. So we're able to see the requests as they go through, the HTTP request, the DNS request, and it goes through to DocuSign, which looks normal, right? It's DocuSign.com. And we can leave this to run through all of the, I mean, some of this stuff looks pretty dodgy, but it does come back at the end and say none of this is malicious. And yeah, you don't even see anything too. I wonder, does it even show the other link that they gave there? All right, we'll let it run anyway. So this just comes back with the DocuSign website. So I thought, all right, well, now what I'll do is go and try and open this up in a VM. So I've got a Kali VM, which doesn't really have anything on it. And I just set up my VPN, run the Kali VM, we'll go and proxy the traffic through Burp and see what happens, and then we can just revert the VM afterwards. Unless they've got some crazy zero-day VM escape that they want to use on me, then we should be all right. All right, the time runs out there. You can actually extend the time. But anyway, it comes back, and let me see here. Indicators, I can't even remember. IOC. Oh, well, it says here no threats detected anyway. So yeah, let's go and take a look at it in the VM. I'm over in Kali now, and I've got Firefox open, and I'm just going to paste in that link that I was given. Notice it goes to light-docu.com, which was the link that we saw, but it immediately redirects to DocuSign. And in fact, I'm going to go and open up Burp here, and we'll try and see what happened. Let's change the order of this. So where did it start? I've got too much other stuff here. It was here, right? We've got light.docu.com. And we can see it made this request, and 302 found. It just redirected immediately to DocuSign.com. And then everything thereafter is just from DocuSign. So again, it looks quite benign, right? It doesn't seem to be actually doing anything malicious as far as I can tell. So I went back to the scammer and asked them about it. And what did they tell me? I said it just goes to the DocuSign homepage, and they're like, yeah, sure, where else would it lead? I'm like, so do I need to set up an account? The link you gave me was to this other website, not DocuSign, and I expected to see something asking me for the code you provided. And he said, yeah, you just need to enter the private code, view the demo version, see if you're happy with it. And I said again, didn't ask for a private access code. Do they want me to go and set up an account and go and enter this in? Wasn't very clear. So I figured what was happening here was there was some fingerprinting going on, and because I was running it on App.Any.Run, it was just redirecting from light-docu.com to the official DocuSign website. And the same thing happened whenever I did it in the Kali VM, probably because it realized I'm running a Linux system or I'm running in Firefox. It's not the type of OS or browser that they want to deliver malware to. So instead, let's go back to App.Any.Run again and use a different feature. All right, I'm back on App.Any.Run, and I noticed this free beta. I've never actually used this before, Safebrowsing. It doesn't seem to be the same as the deep analysis option anyway, so I'm going to paste in the same address again. It says never enter real personal data. Don't worry, I will not. And it gives us 5 minutes here. All right, so it opens it up in the Edge browser. We're on a Windows system, and notice that this time, it's not redirecting us to DocuSign. It's staying on light-docu.com. And this time, it's asking for an invite code. All right, so I'm going to type in the code they gave me. It was C6BCB620-1B7-11759. All right, we click on jump. Notice it says DocuSign here. It all looks kind of legit. But we go through here, it says sign, and it comes through to this document. I can't actually read what it's saying. I can scroll down, but it's all blurred. And it says nda.pdf, and we need to complete with DocuSign. It's clearly not DocuSign, but all right, let's click the button, edit offline, and we'll see what happens. Notice that the network inspector now has this little 1 beside it, meaning something bad happened, and it says docufastsign.exe could harm your device. Do you want to keep it anyway? I'll say yes, I want to keep it. All right, so it downloaded this file without me asking. Let me try and open it. And we'll click on run, and it says the operation is cancelled due to restrictions in effect on this computer. Please contact the system administrator. Okay, so let's go and have a look at the network inspector now and see what actually happened. We've got threats as 14. So here we've got some suspicious activity. It's using some bucket, I guess, that's known for abuse. And we also, of course, have the fact that it downloaded an exe to the system, which I haven't actually looked into. I mean, clearly, this is malicious. In fact, let's take a copy of this now. Let's go back to VirusTotal. Let's paste that in there and see whether this comes up with anything. Okay, it came back with 2 out of 96, so it's still relatively undetected. Bitdefender detected it as malware, and nothing else did. All right, so OG data as well. Actually, rather than checking the link in VirusTotal, it'd be better to just upload the binary, which is exactly what I did here. I just went and downloaded the docufastsign from the link that we got on app.any.run and analyzed it here. So you can see we've got this QCE messenger. I guess that's the original binary name. We can see that it has some debug environment detection. I mean, we already saw that trying to access the URL, it wouldn't take you to the real malicious site unless you were using the right OS and maybe the right browser. And in fact, not just the OS and the browser, right? Because the app.any.run, whenever we used a Windows system with Edge, it didn't work initially. It was only in the safe browsing mode that it actually went through. Interesting that it's not detected by many antiviruses still. We've got 7 out of 71, and most of them I've not even heard of. I know obviously CrowdStrike and Google and ClamAV, but I don't actually know the others. But most popular antivirus systems didn't detect this. We can have a look at more details. So we've got some of the hashes and stuff. We can have a look at the dates. So this was created. Yeah, I mean, it was created specifically. Oh, no, wait, 2023. Oh, okay. Interesting. So it's actually a couple of years old, the binary itself. Maybe it's just a standard Trojan or something then. I don't know. We can also have a look here at relations. I don't think you can access everything, so it does show some IP addresses and a domain. It says it dropped a file, but I think as soon as I click on this, yeah, you need to log in. Actually, it's funny, I used to have a researcher account with VirusTotal, so I could download a lot of malware from it, and I accidentally leaked it, I guess, in a video or maybe on GitHub or something, and I was just like getting these emails every day saying you've used up all your download quota for malware, and I kept emailing VirusTotal like, yeah, I'm really sorry, my API key leaked, and they just didn't respond for like months. I was just getting these emails all the time. But yeah, anyway, So what else we do? We can go to behavior. We have some sandboxes here which have reports, I guess, based on this, which will break down what the malware does. So in terms of like its persistence techniques and privilege escalation, credential access, it's going to do some key logging and capturing our input, command and control, and you can have a look at the anti-static analysis. So it's got some obfuscation in it. It's packed. It has debugger detection to check if you are running it inside a debugger. Yeah, maybe it's just a standard Trojan, but if if you're interested in malware analysis or you're particularly good at it and want me to send you this binary to take a look at, or make a write-up or a video or something, you could do. Yeah, we can see a reference to the DocuSign.exe here as well. So far, no community comments. Maybe I'll add a comment to it as well. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and report this person to Twitter. And yeah, if you have a look through their profile, they're like following Elon Musk and Alex Jones and stuff. So a pretty weird account to begin with. A lot of red flags there. Luckily, I spotted quite a few of them before clicking on anything. But I mean, the link would have been so obvious anyway. But let me know, have you ever been targeted by any scams like this? And what do you think they're trying to do? Were they trying to just get my money? Is it just like, I mean, I do have the name CryptoCat, so I get targeted quite often by like crypto scammers and stuff like that. Maybe they were just hoping that I had some wallet keys that they would be able to get off me. Or maybe they're like some government intelligence agency trying to get into my computer. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you don't get scammed like this and come back for the next one. Thanks.